Hey, my boy.
What's up? What's up, boy? कुछ भी
Good man, good, good,
कुछ
good.
भी
So
करता
I was
है.
just telling people, no, so for the longest time, like this was funny. This idea actually came to me mainly because last Sunday I was our journey's wilderness course started,
हाँ.
and after the session got over, and you know that whenever I do live sessions, I never show my face or I never share my screen, right? It's always directly talking
हाँ.
with a
हाँ.
PPT or a video. So after the session got over, one of the students actually requested to see my face. So I like that is how disconnected I am with my audience. So I thought,
Nice.
okay, let's
And
do
you
this.
named your course Wilderness Connect. Nice.
Yeah. So this is the second year that's been
Very-
happening, right? And then also a lot of people don't know that the community of friends or artists that I collaborate with, they just keep
हाँ.
seeing our work. So I thought,
हाँ.
okay, instead of just like a madman talking, let me introduce all my friends one by one. And तू ही मिला मुझे आज रात को मेरी जान.
You know you. Nice. No, I love it. I love it.
So
But
okay,
yeah, why not?
so so let me introduce you to people firstly. So for people who don't know uh, this man, he is a friend of mine from Hyderabad. In fact, he's more like family now. Wherever, so a lot of people who don't know me don't know that I was born in Hyderabad, and I have a place there. But even though I have two houses in Hyderabad, every time I go to Hyderabad, I stay at his house. That is how it is now. So Murtaza also represents us in Hyderabad. He is uh, an extremely talented travel photographer and cinematographer. But besides that, what's very special about him is he's actually a very loved artist as well. Because there are very great artists, but people don't like them. But this guy people like.
Thanks, Tushar. Thanks. That's the most anyone's appreciated my work on a
मैं
live
टेंशन मत
live
ले.
thing. Thanks, Ray. Thanks.
टेंशन मत ले, तेरा नमक खाया
तू
मैंने.
तू तू नहीं होता तो क्या होता रे मेरा.
Okay, so people, in case you find this weird, like I said, these are spontaneous and these are not formal sessions. We are not going to be formal. So,
Now it's my turn to ask the
ah,
followers, whoever's watching this live, to guess your
ah.
age. Okay, you have a good look at this face. Okay, his beard, okay, his head and his specs now. Have a good look at his face and tell me what his age is. Anybody, okay,
Yeah,
anybody who guesses right, I think I'm going to do a giveaway right now.
yeah. Or the giveaway is Chas, who
Okay,
will take you on a date.
I'm actually okay. Anybody who guesses right, I'm going to give them a nice camera strap. Okay, so
I can't believe you're doing this right
okay,
now.
come on. Okay, anybody. Okay, Varun, not counted, huh?
Yeah, people who know me not counting.
No, no, multiple answers not counted. I'm just going to take one.
Yeah, while people are guessing, Ayan is message. नहीं भाई बाबा Ayan, these are just reading glasses. Whenever I use them and I'm in front of a screen right now. Although I don't wear them. People are stressing. कब लगा कैसे लगा? So okay, anyways, while people are guessing, tell them about your new camera.
Oh yeah, I'll actually show it to you.
Not okay. By the way, people, this is not a paid promotion. Can never pays me or charge for this, and we still promote them.
Sadly, not. But soon.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then,
Nah. So tell them what this camera is.
okay. So
Why
for the
did you
good
buy it?
people, yeah. So firstly, the thing is that it's been almost 6 years since I got my last camera. It was a crop body 70 Mark II. I've been using it for 6 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I'm like probably going to shift on to a full frame soon. And I thought that Mark D, like 5D Mark IV had come out. I'm like, okay, it's a good
Right.
cam to purchase.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I'll wait it out. We'll see since, and during that point in time, Sony had come out with their mirrorless. So I
Yeah.
thought, Canon was going to get into their mirrorless line as well. And that's what
Right.
happened. Like 1 year later, Canon came out with their EOS R,
Mm-hmm.
which had very mixed reviews. So I didn't want to like purchase it, and it wasn't the amount of money that I was paying for it. Right, I didn't think it was worth it. So I thought I'll wait a little more. And
Right.
since then, the R5 and the R6 rumors had already started.
Right.
So I'm like,
Right. Right.
okay, I'll
Right.
wait for another year and a half to
Right.
actually purchase my new camera.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, like, once it came out and I saw the specs, and I'm like, man, that's it. Like, it's time to shift to mirrorless. World is going mirrorless.
For sure. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and
so
considering
yeah,
the amount of videos you click, a mirrorless is a really good option for you.
absolutely. And I've had such a good time testing this camera.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a good 2-3 days.
Right.
So, and it's brilliant. It's super fast. The
Mm-hmm.
video is insane. And
Right.
I'm actually waiting to like check it out when I go to the forest.
So, what's your next trip? You haven't been as lucky as me in the lockdown to travel,
I know,
but
I know.
finally, I heard you are
I was
traveling.
so jealous of you. I was
I did
so
invite
jealous of
you.
you.
I did invite
I,
you for it.
and I was almost gonna come, but fine, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Eh,
anyway, the wait is over, and I'm heading to the forest now.
Right. Okay. Before you tell our audience where you're going, Varun. Okay. Nia says hi. Hi, Nia. But Varun has a question. Can you use the same lenses that you use on your DSLR?
So basically, I tried it out with my EF lenses, and
Hmm.
so once you purchase the camera, they give you an
Right.
adapter, and this
Hmm.
is this is the adapter that comes with the camera.
Okay.
That is if you buy it right now. I don't know if this offer is still valid after like say
Right.
probably after 2-3 months, but they give you the adapter with it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been seamless. Like I've been using my EF lenses.
Mm-hmm.
I tried the lenses that the R lenses that they've introduced,
Right.
and they're brilliant, but they're too expensive. Like I literally have to set my heart,
Right.
lungs, kidneys,
I,
whatever organs ka name you can take.
mm.
But yeah, so it works perfectly fine with any of like I use this with my Tamron 2470 and it works really well.
Oh, super.
I used it with my Sigma. It worked seamlessly. Canon to Canon is seamless anyway. So like
Right.
it's brilliant. It's brilliant, and plus it also has animal tracking.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's going to really work out for you. Yeah.
so I'm going to like actually try this out when I go to Kabini. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just going to try. I'm going to try that out how it works. So let's see.
Right. So we have a very rare person comment in our audience section, which is Mr. Pradosh Joshua, who's rarer than anything that we've seen till now.
Pradosh!
So Pradosh is okay, guys. So let us quickly give a shout out to Pradosh. He's a friend of ours from Bangalore, an extremely talented photographer from Bangalore who rarely steps out of his house nowadays. I think it's high time he comes on the field with
And
us.
I'm
I think
actually wearing I'm actually wearing a Ranthambore t-shirt.
t-shirt that we bought with him.
And
Yeah.
and
So.
yeah,
So I think
nice.
he got traumatized traveling with us so much on the Ranthambore trip. He
That
stopped traveling
that
with us
that
after
one
that.
night I spent alone with Pradosh. Only I know
Trauma.
the trauma. Yeah, the trauma is the right word.
Okay, but on a serious note, for audience, Pradosh is, like I said, an extremely rare person to catch hold of. We haven't seen him for ages, but like I would like to quote Chas actually. He's one of the finest editors we've seen of a picture.
Yeah.
Like spot on.
Like most of my editing, like the first time when we went to Ranthambore back in 2017, I think 2017, 2018
Right?
start. 2017 actually, sorry.
Right.
So when we went, he was just editing some of his pictures that he had clicked that particular day,
Right.
and he was using Lightroom, and he did some like really cool stuff with Lightroom. I'm like, what the hell did you do, man? Like, show it
Right.
to us. So Ayan and I was sitting there, and he was just showing us the basics, and that's how
Mhm.
it started. Like, I
Right.
majorly started using Adobe Lightroom,
Right.
and it's such a game changer and such a technically sound person. Like
Yeah.
Pradosh is like it's quite cool.
Right.
You can
Okay, now
actually
let's come.
give them yeah, you can actually give them a background of Pradosh. He's actually the vice president of Goldman Sachs.
Yeah. Which we doubt
So
because he doesn't come across as that smart to us. But that's just we being ass of a friend to him. So yeah. So okay, now coming back to a topic, tell them about what's your first trip after the lockdown. Finally, where are you going?
yeah, so I am finally getting out of this city, which I've been trying to do for a very long time. Starting with Panna,
Mhm.
I couldn't come to Panna, so
Yeah.
I thought probably let's do something nearby.
Hmm.
So Ayan and I actually planned this trip out. Actually, he's the one who planned it out. So
Right.
we're going to Kabini on we're leaving on Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
and we've booked 10 drives with in
Yep.
Kabini. Yeah,
Right.
so I think it's going to be quite fun. I'm looking forward to it.
What is that one animal or the one photograph that you're looking for? I know
You know,
that
you
it's
know, you know it. You know it. I
yeah, but for
just,
audience,
I see. I
but
just
for our
reposted.
audience,
Yeah, I just reposted a story.
see, you're a royalty. People don't get to interact with you. Know. Now that you're here online,
That's
they
not true.
deserve to
That's
know it.
that's not true. So Ayan and I both are actually going for the Black Panther.
Mhm.
Okay, so he we're actually very excited. We're doing 10 drives, so I hope at least one drive we see him. I just want to see
I,
him,
I,
even if I
re- I really hope you guys get it because, especially for Ian more than you, because this
yeah
is second trip for the Black Panther. Because last time you went there, he didn't get it. Although we
true
had another friend called Kaustubh Muli who was there at the same time and got it. So,
correct.
so this time I really hope Ian and you get it.
True. I really want to like I just want to see him. It's okay even if I don't get a chance to photograph him, but I just want to see
That's what
him.
they all say. That's what they all say.
This is our secret. We're on a live. We're talking to our followers, Sushil. You
So
don't have
these
to
are
say all
supposed to
this.
be spontaneous, informal sessions. Oh, Ayan is saying third. The Sharam bhi nahi usko. Feel like hopeless. So Ayan is shamelessly saying this is my third trip. I haven't got it for 2 trips. So if not for you, if not for anything else, I really want it for Ayan to happen this time.
Yeah,
He
true,
dig jayega
true,
yaar usko.
true. Like I'll actually remember that scene from Ranthambore last year. You remember the
Mhm.
leopard we saw on
Yeah,
our on
yeah,
our on
spontaneous.
our
In the
on,
last two
on our
minutes,
second drive?
5 minutes, yeah.
तुम लोग रूम में चले गए, वो रोया मेरे पास फिर.
Is it, so remember to keep your camera handy this time as well.
Absolutely, always. Now I have a nice small handy camera. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's easier to now I can flip my screen also, so I can see him and myself.
yeah.
Sorry, this
Okay,
is not a
so
promotion.
for
This is not a
yeah,
Canon
yeah,
promotion,
but
guys.
yeah, but for the audience who do not know what is going on right now, basically there is a trend. So we both belong to this company called Journeys. So does Ayan, so does Pradosh, so does Apur, so does Devanshu and Varun who are here with us. So basically the story goes, it started as a prank actually by mistake, and then it became a tradition. The thing was, so Ayan for the longest time couldn't get very good picture of a leopard. And then we spontaneously got one in Ranthambore and very close sighting and very good sighting. We were the only car there to an extent that the safari timing got over, so we had to leave the animal there and get out of the park. And it was such a good sighting, such great pictures that Ayan started crying out of joy in his room, and Murtaza shamelessly recorded it and sent it to everyone in the group. Then the following year and the following season,
No,
Murtaza
this
went
story,
to
see, this story doesn't need to come out. We're talking about
See,
Ayan.
why? Okay, so let's not bring that story out. But now, anytime
Okay, no, go
something
for it,
rare
go for it.
happens,
No,
okay. So
go.
the following season, Murtaza, Ayan, and Tanya, another friend of ours from Hyderabad, went to another tiger reserve called Sanjay Dubri, and Murtaza had never seen tiny tiger cubs, and he finally got to see them and got to photograph. And then, out of joy, he started crying. But instead of the room, he started crying on the elephant itself. And then, so Ayan took a video and sent it to us. And then it has been going on. Anything exciting happens, someone screams out of joy, someone cries out of joy. The others around shamelessly take a video and put it on a journey group. So that's a tradition now. So that is why we are saying this time when Ayan he's done 2 trips for the Black Panther and haven't seen one. And this time we really hope he gets one. And then we'll take a video and post it probably for you guys as well about what these videos are. We'll post it on Instagram this time.
I'll actually post the one while I'm driving to Bangalore. I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna post that video from
yeah.
Ranthambore.
So Ayan is saying it's okay. I've done 9 trips for wolves and haven't seen them. Ayan, it was my birthday promise to you that as a birthday gift I will show you wolves and I will once you're back from your Kabini trip. I will definitely
Also,
show you wolves.
also, guys, if you forgotten about my giveaway, okay, I'm just here to remind you. Okay, you need to guess this gentleman's age here. Okay, this gentleman is sponsoring this particular camera strap, which is a nice Aztec print camera strap. Okay, for any camera. Okay, so you need to guess his age correct, and you will get this camera strap. I will ship it to you tomorrow itself.
only if the Chass family was so kind to sponsor a lot
80,
more
80,
giveaways.
87, 87. Someone says 87. I don't
Because they
know.
might be my batchmate from college, yeah,
Yeah,
or
it's
school.
glow organically. I think that's what you've been using to hide your age.
I don't know what my face, but definitely for my beard.
See, I don't think Devyanshu, you're close, but
Count, yeah.
you're done already. I've seen you before.
Okay, anyways, so while people are still guessing, let's come back to talking about uh, your video, which is going viral right now. I loved it. I loved it mainly
Thanks,
because
thank
not
you.
a lot of artists, like you did exactly what people expect from me, which is people don't like people. The major complaint that my audience has about me is I do never or rarely share stuff about myself, as in when I travel, what do I feel,
Correct.
what do I experience? Like even this is something that even you told me, which is when I went to Ladakh and it was freezing. It was minus 39. I went there in winter, and Pradosh was also there, and uh, and that is the you were the first person to tell me saying you should have recorded yourself talking that time about how bad it was. Although pictures came out nice, but while we were there, we were suffering.
True, true, true.
So that's one thing that came across in your video, and I think that is why it went viral because people could connect with it. Like
Correct,
people want
correct.
because as artists, people see what we want to show them, but they never get to see what we go through while we
Absolutely.
create the content, and that is exactly what your video did, and it was a great video, loved
True.
it.
Like that's this is what I'm planning for my future trips as well. Like with journeys or even if I'm going outside, I
Right?
think what people really want to see is how we do it. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
once you put all this content out,
Mm-hmm.
um, uh, it's people are like, okay, fine. You've been there. Now you show us how you've done it. Like
Right.
people will follow you then. Like people will be like, okay, fine. Like I like your work, so let me follow you and see what I can gain out of it. I think that's what we should do.
Right. I think there are a few
So
comments in the comment area. Uh, Surbi says she's a big fan. Glow organically says thank you for promoting me. Like I said, we are infamous to promote free of cost. So in case you have any products, we will still promote it. Don't worry about that for sure. Nia says I remember Sushil had just amazing snake pictures in the recreation of a college. Yes, this is from the Ferguson days basically. Uh, so thanks, Nia, for remembering it. Uh, yes. Now, okay. One big question is basically let's talk about why do you like on a serious note? Why do you think photography is becoming a little bit of a faded art? Because I think people are like copying other artists and people are not creating their own identities. What is your take on that?
see, I as I said in my previous live also, if anybody was there, okay, I read this book called Steal Like an Artist. Okay, so like I'm reading it right now actually. It says that anything that you post or anything that you've done in your life or any kind of work that you've done has been
Right,
inspired by something in
right,
your life. So you are technically stealing it, but you're not stealing it.
right.
Okay. So at the end of the day, like if you're making a piece of art, okay, but
Mhm.
it has been inspired from something, right? Okay,
Right.
so it has been inspired from say anything around you. Okay, so that is stealing it from around you. So I think uh, telling people that they're copying is just, I think, it's just a part of the story.
Right.
That's what I feel. Like as long as you have, say, a lot of people have shot the Black Panther before, okay, but why do we only recognize Shaz or say Mithun or
Yeah.
whoever have the big names? Okay, say if I
Right.
shoot the Black Panther, I might not get as much attention as Shaz has got. Okay, so
Right.
it's a perspective. About how you showcase your art. Like Shaz
Mhm.
is a very very dreamy kind of
Yeah.
photography where his edits are very dreamy. So
Right.
that's his originality. That's where he draws in the crowd. I think at the
Mhm.
end of the day, that's what you need to strive for. I think originality is something that you should strive for. I think something, and as you said that photography is a faded art. I think photography will always be like really close to my heart, whatever it's going to be like. But people are moving to video content more. Yeah. So I think that's the next big thing in say yeah. So and anyway, like most of our DSLR cameras, our big cameras, everything is being shifted into a phone. Okay, and I think that's a big opening to a lot of people to passionately follow what they actually want to follow. So yeah, that's what I feel.
Okay, another quick question for you is what, like, given a free hand, like right now you and me both create content, video content and photo image content. Most of it is for clients, so we try to show what is their vision. But given a free hand, what do you try to portray or show in your video content?
So over time, like since I first made my video of Norway, okay, it's up on YouTube. I haven't posted it, but I didn't know much about filmmaking. Like I didn't know much about how to make video content. And
Teja, by the way, after you finish talking, Teja has a very interesting comment for you. How I get close to your heart, sir?
Sorry, not right now. Corona. Go, Corona, go.
Social distancing a bit from the heart. Because the heart is very close to the lungs, I think, Teja.
Nice people.
Okay, sorry. Anyways, coming back to the answer. Sorry.
So actually, when I first shot my Norway video, I came back with a lot of video footage from Norway, and I opened it up and I'm like, I've shot everything in 4K, okay, and there's nothing like it's probably good, but I shot only landscapes. Okay, I shot my drone over the seas, over the mountains, everything, but I don't think people appreciate that. I think people want to see what you do while traveling. I think So if they saw me like behind the scenes photographing these scenes or making video content of those scenes, maybe that would have. So over time, basically, I've learned how to put in nitty-gritties here and there. I've learned video editing myself. Like I use Final Cut Pro. So I've been checking out a lot of YouTube videos. I've been seeing their effects, sound, how great lighting, transitions. Okay, there's so many nitty-gritties that you have to put into a video while you're making it and while you're shooting as well. So what I do is I prepare a script before I actually head
exactly.
out.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have a map of what I have to shoot. Right. Okay, then you do your B-roll. That is okay. Like, but you have your basic shots ready. Okay, so this is what I'm going to shoot. This is what I will. That's what I did in Turkey actually. When I shot my Turkey video, I'm like, okay, fine. I probably have something in my mind. I will shoot on the go, but this is what my final output needs to look like. I got close to it, but not exactly 100% perfect. I got close to it. Like 85% was close, but I still could have worked better on the Turkey video as well.
Right. Because what happened was, this is something that I was discussing with Ayan as well when he first did the EIA video, and I was like, great initiative, because Ayan wants to make content to create awareness and make content reach people. So what happened with One Yodha was mainly because for the first time ever, I had the freedom to shoot what I wanted. Like, I had the free hand. And that made me realize the type of content that I would like to be a part of, basically.
Correct.
And that is when I decided, okay, fine, we fly a drone and we get some amazing shot, but it needs to have, the video needs to have a soul.
Yes.
Right. And that's when I decided I need to shoot two types of things. One is basically real issues that we see when we travel and we come across that people don't know about, and that is exactly my second film.
Absolutely.
And the second part is things that people haven't seen ever. And both luckily happened while I was in Panna. Because the second film, I'm not going to reveal what that is all about people. Like, it has no wildlife, it has no dreamy shots, it has no cinematic shots. It just has people talking. about like we've shot around 60
Stories.
people. Yeah,
Nice,
60
nice.
people,
Superb.
real problems, and I actually showed the promo of one interview to two of our team members while I was online the other day, anyways, and they were shocked about how detached we are from the reality as urban citizens and our
Correct.
lifestyles, right? Because
Correct.
these are grassroots level people who were really struggling in COVID,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
uh, and the belief that they still have in this country, in the administration, in people, other people. So it is all about them, and that is when I realized these are the stories that we need to go across. The other crazy stuff that happened was which was like I said, to show stuff that people have never seen before.
Correct.
So that is also where I started pushing my gear because we
Correct.
were very safe with our gear, right? So
Hmm.
one
Hmm.
crazy
Hmm.
thing that a lot of people don't know that happened was we found a jackal family,
Okay.
and I was flying a drone by fluke. I was flying my drone, and they were there, 8 pups, mom, dad, and every day I used to fly the drone, but not over them, close to where they were, and not fly it, like the, take it to a certain location and park it there. So it used to just hover.
Oh, nice.
It took me a month, and by the end of the month, the pups used to actually come under the drone and sit. To an extent that the
Wow.
mom used to come back from a hunt, and they used to suckle onto her. They used to do their like 8, 9, 10 jackals there. So I started pushing the limitations, the limits of my gear to really, because our gear can do a lot of stuff that we never
Yeah.
actually
True.
made it do,
True. True.
right?
True.
Okay, I have another question associated to filmmaking, but before that, Nigar has a question. Hey, Nigar, a big shout out to Nigar as well. Very good content
Yes.
creator from Hyderabad. Uh,
And she was there for our session as well.
yes,
The session that we did at the chalet. So
right.
yeah.
So Nigar has a
So
question for you. She missed the book's name that you mentioned.
I'll actually just type it out.
With every artist, it happens that we evolved into what we are today, right?
Correct.
And
Correct.
one of the best things that happened to me as an editor was so earlier. What happens is we start with lining up videos, right? Then we start with transitions. Then we start with play around with music. But the craziest revelation was playing with multiple layers of sounds. I'm not
True.
saying music,
True. True.
and
True.
that
True.
took the game to the next level straight.
True. True. Yeah.
Because when I finished One Yuddha and the promo came out, people went mad for two
Hmm.
reasons. Mainly because usually Indian documentaries are very like Doordarshan type is what I call them, like
Correct.
bland, zero thought process as a cinematographer. Great thought into
Hmm.
content, but zero thought into filmmaking,
But
right?
that film was brilliant. Like it was, and coupled with like insane drone shots in Panna during the monsoons. Mad Sushya, mad,
But
crazy,
I'm telling
crazy
you,
stuff.
so there are a few facts that people don't know about it. Is none of the shots were
No,
shot in
actually,
the
for
core
those
area.
people, for actually those people who joined right now, just tell them that One Yoda was a
So
film.
so
Yeah,
basically, uh, every year in July there is the International Tiger Day, and people celebrate the tiger numbers increasing in India. But not a lot of Indian citizens, like people who are associated with wildlife travel, know about guards and safaris and parks. But otherwise, people have no clue about the people who make it happen. Why tigers are surviving? Are the foot patrolling guys? These are the people who patrol the park on a bike, on a bicycle, on foot, in a boat, in a car. And we thought instead of celebrating tigers this year, we would celebrate the people because of whom the tigers are here. And I spoke to the Panna Police Department, and they were more than happy, although they had a lot of restrictions about the shoot. Like, for example, none of the shots were shot in the core area. Uh, and we had a time limit because the time limit was around 7 to 9 minutes. So we ended up making a film for 7.5 minutes. Uh, I was happy about it. It got launched at the hands of the Chief Minister and the First Minister of Madhya Pradesh on the International Tiger Day. It is a small dedication from our side to the forest guards who are protecting our forests every day while we are sitting here. And the idea of the film was to dedicate a film to them which talks about them. And I, one good thing was because we were allowed to fly a drone because we were shooting the buffer, we could show the landscape and the terrain in which they work. Because it is only then that that you realize the hardship that they go through and the difficulty of the terrain that they have because they don't have any fancy gear that they have to work with, right? Also, one thing that's very interesting that happened with the film was as many people, like a lot of people like the film, but an equal amount of people also disliked the film. Not because the film was bad, because they expected it. They thought the short film was a trailer, so they expected the film to be a lot more with interviews and things. So I had to literally write to each of them personally, saying maybe in future because that we have the data for it. Like we have interviews. Like I have around 40 to 600 GB data of that one short film, which can be created into a longer film. But on that day, we had limitation to come up with only a film which was between 7 to 9 minutes, and that's why we came up with a shorter film.
That's lovely, Asusha. That's too good. I wish I could have been a part of the project. Like I was.
There are many more coming up, yeah, Charles. Don't you worry.
Yeah, hopefully soon. And
Yeah.
we need to make Iceland happen because we have to
Yes.
inaugurate your passport as well.
Yes. So a lot of people don't know that. So okay. So for people who don't know what the joke is, for the longest time, I never wanted to travel out of India. I still don't. And Mr. Chas here forced me uh, to get an appointment for the passport office, and I got an appointment. And thanks to his wishes, the passport also happened in lightning fast speed, which never happens usually. But I personally still am keen on exploring India because there's so much more here. But yeah, the passport happened because of him, and I think the first stamp of visa will also happen because of him only.
Yeah, you don't worry about that. Leave that to me. I'll make sure it happens this year or start of next year for sure.
Yeah,
But
I
really,
know, I know.
I'm really looking forward to Iceland because we've been postponing the trip for about a year now, and since
Yeah,
COVID
also,
came in, yeah, since
so
COVID came
Iceland,
in,
I'm
yeah.
looking forward to Iceland for multiple reasons. One of
Hmm.
them is, yeah, the Iceland, the place itself, right? But another thing because of which I'm looking forward to visiting Iceland is me and Chas have never shot video content together, like planned and shot. Like we've shot B rolls and then squeezed them together and created a video.
Correct.
But we've never like scripted and shot a full length thing that we would definitely be able to do in Iceland. So that would be a great experience.
That'd be actually damn cool. And Varun saying we'll go to Bali for diving, and I'm down for that as well.
Yep. Okay, before
Yeah,
that, I think there's a question for you,
yeah.
Charles.
There's a question. Yeah.
How to shoot cinematic videos on mobile phone and which are the best apps for video editing?
I think mobile phones have become very advanced. I feel like it's every time a new phone comes, they have some advanced features which I don't know about. Like I think I lack the knowledge, but I will tell you whatever I know. Uh, it is important that we as cinematographers we shoot a lot of 1080 by 1920 content. So it's a landscape content. Okay, so and most of our stuff that goes on Instagram or on Facebook is all portrait content.
Yeah.
So the one good thing, one advantage of you shooting on your phone is that you can actually make good portrait content for your page or whatever, and then you stick to that portrait this thing, and then you edit it later. Okay, and that's one. Second is that cinematic videos always that's what I feel that before I started shooting video, I used to just keep the camera still and let the video play. But we over time we figured that you need to pan the shot a little bit. You need
Yeah.
you need some movement in your shot until it's like called for and the
Yeah.
scene calls for it.
True.
But it gives it more depth. It gives it more life, your video. So I think cinematic videos on mobile phone is um, absolutely possible. And I have a project coming up, and I shall very soon reveal it. I'm not allowed to talk about it right now, but I will definitely tell you guys what it is about and how we're going to shoot. And best app for video editing, if you're using an iPhone, then the iMovie is the best. And if you're using Android, then I use another app called Splice. That's SPLICE, Splice. I think that's the most basic
Right.
basic video editing. If you have any apps, please do share, Susha.
No, yeah, because I am one of the old school guys where even if I edit, even if I shoot it on my phone, I still edit on Premiere only. So because it's such a trusted app or software, it's so sturdy. There's so many things that you can do with it, and plus the time that I save because I know the app so well, right? It is just too handy.
Hmm.
That's the main reason why I prefer Premiere or even
Correct.
Final Cut Pro. Is basically we've been using it for so long that we just know how to get things done fast.
True.
Like even
True.
right now when we are doing the interview series on Zoom
Hmm.
with different artists and different experts from the outdoors, even these are 1 hour, 1.5 hour videos. But because I'm so used to working with Premiere, the edit gets done in 15 to 20 minutes. The video is up in YouTube within an hour, right?
That's lovely.
So I just
That's
prefer
lovely. And also for
in
those people
Final
who
Cut.
don't know, Susha doesn't sleep. He's he doesn't. I've whenever I messaged him, he's always been up. So and I've asked him
So
what are you
in
doing. He's
fact,
like I'm working. I'm like man.
So in fact, before 30 seconds before we started our session today, Chamba, you were messaging me saying, "I think you're losing your mind because you just don't sleep." So I do sleep, but I just don't remember when. So the idea is to work so much that you pass out while working and then you wake up
No, that's
because
not the idea, Susha. That's not the idea at all.
no, for see right now, see the thing is there's so many opportunities coming across that you just don't want to let go of any, right? Like right now, also for people, for audience, the reason why I'm up right now, I mean, like this week particularly, is basically one. Rishi, me, and Shambhavi are making a 7 video series for the Tadoba Forest Department because they are
Okay.
relaunching the Interpretation Center. So
Okay.
there's content. I'm coordinating with the content team. Then I'm coordinating with the editors,
Hmm.
and then simultaneously I'm also writing the script of my second film, which I've shot. But
Correct.
the thing is, when I shot it, I was going to write the script on the go in English. But
Oh, okay.
then,
Okay.
all the interviews happened, all the 60 interviews happened in Hindi, right? And that's when I realized I have to write, the narration has to be in Hindi. Because
Correct.
it is very odd that the narrator is talking in English and people are talking in Hindi.
Hmm.
Second, we would lose the essence of the film if we don't do it in Hindi, was the
Correct.
thing, right?
Correct.
So that is also happening parallelly. Plus, the third
True.
thing is also the fact that I'm pushing myself this week is mainly because I am flying back to Bandhavgarh on the 20th.
You are pushing yourself every week, every day, every second of the year. So don't give me that bullshit. So
No, but but right now I'm pushing it mainly because yesterday I got an invitation to go to Bandhavgarh for a week uh,
mm,
and train the guides of the forest department of Bandhavgarh after Panna.
superb, superb, very
So that
nice.
is why I'm just trying to finish these projects before I go.
No, it's incredible how the amount of work that the Journeys team does. Like it's there's so much going on. Like in terms of wildlife, in terms of conservation, in terms of forests, in terms of everything. Like there's
Yeah,
so much going on. If anybody wants to like whoever's watching this, like if anybody wants to follow us and our trips and what we actually do, like we are a team of actually not me, but they like are a team of full-time researchers. Like they are we have like experts in the field, like herpetology, taxonomy, okay, scuba divers, okay, it's crazy.
right.
So like our team has
Yeah.
such a mix. It's incredible, like the amount of
Yeah,
people that we bring
like if
together.
I like if I put it across, like people assume is the right word. People
Correct.
assume us to be a travel company, but we are actually a community of people
Absolutely.
who try to do as much as we can about anything in outdoors.
Correct.
Like for example, right now we are doing online courses for people. Then
Hmm.
we do our trips. Then we travel ourselves because we like traveling. So
Correct.
then we shoot images and videos.
Hmm.
We do a lot of content work wherever we can. Also, people don't know is we are involved in a lot of outreach programs.
Hmm.
Like for example, while Rishi and Shambhavi are working on the Tadoba videos, Apur with few other people is actually working on a new idea which is going to every village in Pune and Satara district, and later to other states and other districts as well, to have one-on-one interactions with the school kids and the Gram Panchayat people about basic identification of snakes and first aid in case anybody gets bitten by a snake, because approximately 2.9 million people get bitten by snakes in India every year. And lives are lost on both the sides. Like people kill snakes, and due to ignorance, people also die mainly because they prefer going to some local tantric than a doctor.
Hmm.
So Apurva
That's
is
a
working on
wonderful
that.
initiative. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Superb, yeah.
So that is
Yeah,
why,
yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
So that is why we call ourselves a community more than a company,
Absolutely,
because
yes.
we
Absolutely.
do what
Correct.
we can.
True. True. And I think people who've been associated with us also, I think, agree with that.
Yeah.
I think, and everybody who's come with us on a trip, I think they've held on to those memories and, I think everything that we give, like,
Yeah,
not
and that is why probably we are here ourselves together as well, mainly because
correct.
I met you on a trip, right? So
Hmm.
I met you on a journey. So and
Correct.
here we are doing a live session at 12:30 at night. So, so
Correct. Yeah, so anybody like whoever is watching this, like please, if you guys want to travel, please hit us up.
yeah,
Just we'll put our journeys handle on our story after the live. So you can follow our page and probably get in touch with us regarding anything. Say be it like
yeah,
say from rocks to fish to any animal
yeah.
on the
And
planet. I
and
think
and we are not too niche specific, as in it is not
correct,
about us anywhere.
correct.
And that is why, like even currently, when everybody is sitting at home, avoiding getting into public places.
Hmm.
That's why we started the Wednesday and Sunday evening talks. Now these are
Correct,
talks by people who work in the outdoors. They can be anybody. They can be researchers, they can be content creators, they can be adventure guys, they can be storytellers, anybody. Because this is a good time to connect with people, right? And there's so much information out there, legit
correct,
information,
correct.
that people are far off from. And that's why we thought we get these people on board. So
Hmm.
it is a great learning experience. We grow as a community as well, and that's what the idea is.
Hmm. Oh, there's one. Sushil does a great conducting a free photo walk. Oh yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So we are waiting for some drug for COVID to come out so that we
Hmm.
can start a photo walks again on the weekends. Because in fact that's sad, because this year we are supposed to start the photo walks in Hyderabad as well,
Correct. Yeah,
with
with schools.
Murtaza, and
Yeah.
yeah, and a lot of other friends like Ali is there, who is another very respected photographer. Respect, I think we both respect him. So because
No,
he
no,
is
no. He's
so,
actually quite respected here. He's
yeah,
quite
yeah,
quite a talented
yeah,
young photographer from
very
Hyderabad.
very talented photographer. Like
Yeah.
I love the Ladakh film that he shot with us, and
Correct.
we were shocked mainly because we never didn't even realize when he was shooting it. It was all
True.
handheld,
True.
no fancy gear there with his Sony. He was just out it, but
True.
beautiful film, right? So we were thinking
Correct.
of doing photo walks in Hyderabad as well, but then COVID happened. But I am
Correct.
sure once the COVID scene gets sorted, we will be doing a lot of photo walks in Hyderabad and
True.
other
True.
cities.
True. Yes. Yes. I hope so too. Like I hope this ends soon and we get to travel again. I think I
Yeah.
think I think due to the pandemic, I think people will start looking at traveling within the country than outside the country. At
Right.
least for now, at least for the next 3-4 months. And I think and it's great because a lot of people don't want to travel in India because they think that there's not
Yes.
much to see in India. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that is a misconception,
True.
and I think
True.
everybody needs to see a lot of stuff in India. There is
Yeah, and that is also one of the reasons why we are doing these guest talks on Wednesdays and Sundays. In fact, the next one is we have a very interesting speaker. He might not be a famous person or an influencer on social media, but his work is brilliant. His name is Jaral. He's a friend of mine. Again, we meet and we make friends when we travel. I met him at the Hornbill Festival. He's been in touch. He's a very good friend now. He explores the places of Meghalaya that no one does,
hmm,
to an extent that he was in the production team or the logistical team of the team that went cave exploring and found a new species of fish in the cave.
hmm,
And
nice,
that is an example that India has so much more to be seen and explored, right?
correct,
And one
correct,
good thing about the pandemic situation is people will travel in India now,
yeah,
and because they are avoiding famous crowded places, they will go
correct,
to secluded, offbeat in the track sort of place.
Done. Yeah, yeah. And I think we should also come up with a list of places that
Oh, for sure,
people
for
can
sure.
can go if once the travel restrictions open. I think
Yeah,
just for the weekend, or if any in close proximity, wherever, say probably Meghalaya, or
yeah,
not
true.
Ladakh right now, but when once things calm
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
calm at the borders as well. So I think Sikkim, your East Sikkim trip.
Sikkim, loved it. In
Yeah,
fact, I think more than the international trip, the first trip that you and me both might do
yeah,
together is Sikkim, because we anyways are working with the orphanage kids there. We're going to
nice. Yeah,
spend
yeah,
some
correct.
time with
For
them.
art, we did that for Artists for a Cause also, right?
Yeah, so
Prince,
that orphanage we are planning on going and staying with them for 15 days.
very nice.
So that
I'll come with
we,
you.
yeah, so we spend some time with the school kids. We also spend some time with the villages and create a sustainable ecotourism model there.
Hmm.
So I think that is the first thing that we both are going to do mostly.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let me know
Unless,
whenever.
yeah, unless we both get tempted to do tiger safari in October itself.
That we will anyway. So I'm keeping my mind open about that.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Yeah,
Yeah. Because of you
yeah.
all such great photographers which plan an important role to exploring India and taking it to international levels. Thank you. I
Thanks,
think,
guys.
no, but I think Sushil, you deserve a great a round of applause for all the work that you've done in the pandemic. We've been sitting at home and eating, but you've been working, and I think that's fantastic.
No, because that's one thing that we realized is the reason why we have been so active in the pandemic is because I just saw so much disappointment around
Correct,
me.
correct,
Like even in my family, they were stressing. My neighbors were stressing. Everybody was just so down with the whole situation and the whole
Mm-hmm.
thing. Thought, okay, we need to just reconnect with our friends, our team, and then our community of journeys that we built over the time.
Correct.
Because whenever we have the interaction sessions, these are the time when people really forget about the bigger problems in their lives and they
True.
learn and we interact. So that's why we thought, okay, let's forget about the financial losses that we're going through. Let's forget about what's happening out in the world, but let's just reconnect with people and rebuild basically was the
Correct. And I
idea.
think I think that's the right way to move forward as well. I think
True,
people
true.
just need people around them, and I think it's all going to get better. I think that's the hope that we all
Yeah,
have, and I think
right,
it's a good thing to be thinking about.
right. Okay, so before we conclude the session, one thing that I would like to tell people is why don't you tell people about the logistical plans for your upcoming trip, because a lot of people don't know how to travel in this pandemic.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah, there are so many questions. The websites are outdated.
Correct.
So why don't you tell them how's the logistical?
So since I haven't been to a trip in the last 6 to 7 months, so I personally I don't know, but whatever research I have done and whatever little information that I have by asking people around is it is safer, I think, to travel by road, because I think that's and it's close proximity. So I'm traveling to Bangalore, which is a 6 to 7 hour drive from Hyderabad. Okay,
Okay.
roads are beautiful.
Yeah,
I think
less crowded
taking
as
a
well.
I
Yeah,
think yeah, taking a flight would take easily that much, because it's an hour
yeah,
from
yeah.
my house to the airport, then 1 hour wait at the
2 hours
airport,
now. Yeah,
two
yeah.
hours now, and
With
then one
all the
hour
whole
flight, and
checkup and all
then
those things. Yeah,
and getting
badges.
to
Yeah.
Bangalore takes 7.5 hours from the
For sure.
Bangalore airport.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, in fact, I was joking. I keep joking about this to my Bangalore friends. I tell them saying every time I step out of the Bangalore airport, I'm actually tempted or confused if I should drive to Hyderabad or to Bangalore city. It's that far.
True, true, true. So, so that's what. So I'm actually going to be traveling by car, and yeah. So that's one. And second
Right.
is I asked about a COVID test. Like now, I think most of the
True. True.
states have mm, are not doing the mandatory 7 or
Home
14-day
quarantine
quarantine.
song. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's open right now, because I think it's slowly starting to open up. So that's one. Sec, yeah. Second is, I think, about for a COVID test. I think only you need to go for a COVID test only if you're showing symptoms or you have
Yeah. Yeah.
a prescription from a doctor. So
Yeah.
I wanted to go for a COVID test today, but I was to asked not to go, because you are at a higher risk if you go to a hospital.
Go center. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so if you don't show any symptoms, you still um, it's okay if you don't get your COVID test done if you don't have any symptoms or don't have a prescription from a doctor.
Right.
So I
And
think that, and
did you
then
check with the hotel where you're staying about the sanitation
yes,
part?
yeah, yeah. So once I reach Bangalore, I'm going to stay the night in Bangalore for a night, and then the next morning, Ayan and I leave for Kabini, and
Right.
there in the forest itself, I think they're taking great precautions because they've already told us, we have an option to get our own plates and our own cutlery.
Nice.
That's one. Second is that there are going to be temperature checks. They're going to be limiting the vehicle to from 8 people to about 4 to 5 people. Okay, so I think that's where another major this thing comes in, where they're being very socially distant,
Right.
and I myself am carrying a lot of sanitizers with me, so because I'm extra precautious and scared, so so I've so yeah, I think it's that's that. I think you need to be masked up, and I think that's you won half the battle there.
Okay, because you are driving, let me ask you this: is the e-pass rule still applicable?
No, no,
Okay.
e-pass rule has been so. I have had friends who've traveled to Bangalore and back, and
Okay.
they didn't have to have an e-pass. But since you mentioned it, I'll again check it out. So
Right.
it's good to double check because
Yeah.
it's always better basically.
Yeah, like when I traveled, it was told to me that I don't need a medical certificate. I
Hmm,
just
hmm.
need a medical declaration form from the airlines, like
Correct,
which I
correct,
did. But
correct,
still, as a backup, I had carried a medical certificate from my family physician saying he was never tested positive and he never had any symptoms. So just
correct,
in case, because you're
correct,
traveling so far, it's better to have this,
correct.
these
Yeah,
things in
I'll
order, right?
probably figure that out tomorrow
Right.
before I leave.
Cool, man. Good, good.
Cool, Susha. So I don't think
Good.
anybody won. I don't think anybody won your.
You never
Uh,
wanted to give it to anybody. You just flaunting it to there.
no, no. I really
Bloody
like this
scam you were
camera.
running there.
No, no, no. But to conclude the session, I think people need to know your age, so I'm going to give it to them. Okay, don't go on his gray beard and his bald head. He's 31, guys. Look at him. He's
I'm
now 32.
33. I'm
So
33. June happened
just
already.
just play along, bro. अच्छा तेरे को यंग बुला रहा है मैं.
या नहीं होने का जो है वो है अभी अभी क्या करने का हम लोग को?
Apurva actually won it. Apurva, I'm
Well,
gonna
these
come
guys
and
know my age.
come
No,
and
they
give
all
it. Yeah, so
see
no,
most
no.
of the people guessing my age are either people from my school or college or our own team members. So
Not gonna get the camera strap. I'm just gonna give hugs to everybody after this COVID is over.
see, this is how he gets views and reach for his videos, and that is exactly what I meant when I said I don't know what he's famous or having great content, but he's one of the most loved artists out there, and this is how he gets his audience.
It's a long way to go, but yeah, getting there slowly,
Oh,
but
yeah, yeah.
surely.
But at least it's slow but organic, right?
Yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I want to believe in. So it's
yeah.
yeah. Sushant, thanks
Good
for this,
man,
man.
good fun.
Yeah,
It was so random and
yeah, yeah.
spontaneous, but
It
it was
was
good
good,
fun,
man.
man.
Quite nice, quite nice.
Good, good.
Cool,
Thanks,
man.
guys, for joining us.
Cool, cool. Thank you, guys.
I don't know
Thank you,
when we'll
everybody,
do
for
this
joining.
next, but we'll definitely do this sometime again.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Chalo.
guys.
All right. Chalo. Good night, Susha. Good night, guys.
Okay.